Static hum surges wild, wild. Voices crash like thunder smiles. We dive into the madness quake. Super Gringo set to break. Worlds on fire, cables melt. Desperate words, the truth they spell. Through the chaos we blast fears, burning bright, no time to pierce. Welcome to the Super Gringo. Madness, love, we never slow. Tune in, let your spirit scream. We shatter through the mainstream. Dust of lies in your face. Rip apart this broken place. Microphones and bitter nights. We turn the dark into light. Feel the pulse, electric beats. Riding high on discord streets. Voices raw and vision stark. Super Gringo leaves its mark. Welcome to the Super Gringo. Madness, love, we never slow. Tune and let your spirit scream. We shatter through the mainstream. Welcome to the Super Gringo. Madness, love, we never slow. Tune and let your spirit scream. Shatter through the mainstream. Dust of lies in your face. Rip apart this broken place. Microphones and bitter nights. We turn the dark into light. Dust of lies in your face. Rip apart this broken place. Microphones and bitter nights. We turn the dark into light. Feel the pulse, electric beats. Riding high on discord streets. Voices raw and vision stark. Super Gringo leaves its mark. Echoes to the Super Gringo.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Super Gringo Podcast. I'm Sean Armstrong, and today I have some exciting news that you won't want to miss. We're shaking things up around here, from new content styles to interactive segments where you can join the conversation. We're elevating our podcast experience like never before. But first, if you love engaging discussions and fresh perspectives, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Now, let's dive into all these thrilling changes coming your way. Have you ever felt like a podcast could be more? Well, I'm here to tell you that change is coming, and it's going to be epic. In this video, I'll share some thrilling updates about the direction of my podcast. We're talking new content styles, a focus on professionalism, and interactive segments where you can join the conversation. But first, you know what to do. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more engaging content. Let's get started. First up, we're transitioning to a more fact-based approach. Why is that important? Well, facts don't care about your feelings. Just screaming at the screen really doesn't do anything. Less profanity. We want our dialogue to reflect professionalism. Less profanity means we can engage in deeper conversations. I want to start talking up to my intellect, not down to the loony left. Intellectual discourse over emotional arguments. It's time for intellectual discussions that challenge our perspectives instead of emotional outbursts. Clarifying terms. Let's clarify terms like loony left versus traditional liberalism. A liberal is someone who can converse with you and on some things agree. RFK is a liberal. Someone who doesn't know that boys don't menstruate is a loony leftist, and generally, we never agree. Next up is something I'm really excited about, diversifying our topics beyond just politics. With my experience in military service, music, martial arts, executive protection, ghost hunting, and professional wrestling, I have stories that will enrich our discussions on various subjects, from combat strategies to ghostly encounters. Now let's talk about how you can get involved. Introducing call-in segments for viewer questions and discussions. We want your questions, political or otherwise. Here's how you can join us. Follow me on Facebook or Instagram and call me using Facebook Chat or Instagram Messenger. You can even leave a voice message and I'll play it on the show. Don't hold back. Ask me anything. And finally, a huge announcement. Our podcast is now available on Spotify. This means you can listen while driving or multitasking. Perfect for your busy lifestyle. With this accessibility, we're set to broaden our community and reach our new audiences far and wide. To recap, we're embracing a more fact-based approach with diverse topics and interactive listener engagement, all while making it easier for you to tune in. Have you ever wondered what happens when you blend the precision of karate with the agility of boxing? Well, today I'm excited to unveil something truly unique. Welcome to my channel. If you're passionate about martial arts or self-defense, stick around because I'm about to introduce you to Dragon Kempo 2.0, a new martial arts book that's been over 35 years in the making. Let's take a trip down memory lane and explore how Dragon Kempo 2.0 was born. I started my martial arts journey at just 13 years old. I was captivated by the discipline and focus it required, and I loved watching Bruce Lee. Over the years, I encountered various styles and masters who shaped my understanding and approach. From traditional karate dojos to taekwondo dojangs and Junfan Kung Fu academies, each experience added layers to what would eventually become Dragon Kempo 2.0. So what sets Dragon Kempo 2.0 apart from traditional martial arts? One standout feature is our incorporation of slipping punches, a technique borrowed from boxing that enhances your defensive capabilities while maintaining offensive flow. It's all about merging karate's discipline with boxing's fluidity for a comprehensive fighting style, but it's not just about physical techniques. There's a deep philosophy behind Dragon Kempo 2.0. Excuse me. We draw on ancient principles that guide our modern practice, like mental discipline and respect for others. It's essential for practitioners to understand not only how to defend themselves, but also when it's appropriate to do so. As we move forward, let me give you an update on where we stand with the book. We're currently in the editing phase. It's been challenging yet incredibly rewarding. I want you to be a part of this journey. What content would you like to include? Techniques, philosophies? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And for those curious about my background, I've previously authored books on firearms self-defense and long-range shooting. These works complement my expertise in martial arts by offering comprehensive self-defense strategies. As a Yandan, a 4th degree black belt with over 3 decades of experience, I bring credibility and depth into every lesson shared within Dragon Kempo 2.0. So there you have it, the journey so far into Dragon Kempo 2.0. Remember, this isn't just a book, it's an invitation into a world where tradition meets innovation. Make sure you hit that like button if you're as excited as I am. Subscribe for more updates on our release date and exclusive content. And don't forget, share your thoughts below. What are you most eager to learn about Dragon Kempo 2.0?
You need to hear this if you're a shooting enthusiast. Ever dreamed of mastering long-range shooting? Sean Armstrong's got you covered. Sean Armstrong's new book is the ultimate guide for anyone looking to master long-range shooting. Written in simple, everyday language, it makes complex concepts easy to understand. Whether you're a rookie or a seasoned shooter, this resource is packed with personal tips and expert advice from Sean's years of sniper training and teaching experience. Dive into topics like minute of angle versus mils, external ballistics, and zeroing your scope. Learn about steady firing positions, field expedient supports, and reading the wind. Sean breaks it all down into easy-to-follow steps so you can confidently hit your targets. Don't let long-range shooting intimidate you. With Sean Armstrong's guidance, you'll be mastering the fundamentals and impressing your friends at the range in no time. Ready to take your shooting skills to the next level? Grab your copy today.
What happens when a $4,000 Taylor Swift guitar meets a hammer? You won't believe the chaos that ensued in Texas. Today we're diving into the shocking incident at the Ellis County Wild Game Dinner where a man smashed an autographed Taylor Swift guitar. But was this act merely a stunt, or did it carry deeper political implications? Stick around as we unpack this bizarre event and its ripple effects across culture and social media. Let's set the scene. Picture this: an excited crowd gathered at the Ellis County Wild Game Dinner, eagerly awaiting an auction to raise funds for agricultural education. And then,
look up. No, he wasn't joking. Because we don't need the wall hanger.
the moment he smashed that guitar, pure chaos erupted. Cheers and laughter filled the air as he brought down that hammer onto what many saw as a piece of art.
Hey, Gary.
$4,000 Taylor Swift guitar.
I'll take that and hang up that busted thing.
This wasn't just any guitar, it was autographed by Taylor herself and featured stunning images from her Eras tour. But amidst all this excitement lies a deeper story. What drove him to destroy such an iconic piece? Social media exploded after this incident. Twitter lit up like never before. Hashtag Guitar Smash trended almost instantly. Attendees expressed a shock yet understanding. Many felt this act resonated as a protest against what they perceived as Taylor Swift's liberal stance. A post on Twitter said, "This is how we feel about celebrities pushing their politics." But let's dig deeper. What are these political implications? Smashed guitars aside, why did this specific act draw so much attention? Taylor has been vocal about her political endorsements recently, supporting candidates like Kamala Harris while speaking out against misinformation. And let's not forget Trump's reaction. It only fueled further division among fans. What does this say about American culture today? This isn't just about one man smashing one guitar. It reflects broader societal divides. We see conservative versus liberal values clashing more than ever, especially between rural communities and urban centers. Music has always intersected with politics, but now more than ever, younger generations are influenced by celebrities. And as I pointed out many times during discussions with the loony left on the incident, at least a man was destroying his own property. and not his neighbors, unlike the loony left. So what do you think? Was it merely entertainment or a bold political statement? Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed our breakdown. Share your thoughts below. Do you think smashing that guitar was justified? And if you haven't already, subscribe for more captivating content.
A firearm is a powerful tool. In the right hands, it's an instrument of protection, a source of recreation, and a symbol of freedom. In the wrong hands, it can be a tragedy waiting to happen. Mastery over firearms, therefore, is not just about hitting targets. It's about understanding the profound responsibility that comes with wielding such power. This mastery encompasses a multifaceted approach, demanding a solid foundation in safety, a comprehensive knowledge of equipment, and a relentless pursuit of tactical proficiency. This guide serves as a compass for your journey toward firearm mastery, catering to individuals from all walks of life, responsible gun owners, seasoned shooters, those seeking self-defense skills, and dedicated members of the military and law enforcement. Whether you're just beginning your journey or seeking to refine your expertise, the principles outlined here will empower you to handle firearms safely, confidently, and effectively. Remember, true mastery is not a destination but a continuous journey of learning, practice, and unwavering commitment to responsible gun ownership. In a world where danger can arise unexpectedly, possessing the knowledge and skills to defend oneself and others is invaluable. Firearm mastery is not about glorifying violence, it's about equipping oneself with the ability to deter it, to protect innocent lives, and to ensure that the power of firearms is used for good. Let us embark on this journey together with safety and responsibility as our guiding principles, and strive to become true masters of our craft. Before even touching a firearm, understanding and internalizing the principles of gun safety is paramount. These rules are not mere suggestions, they are non-negotiable commandments that must guide every interaction with firearms. First and foremost, always treat every firearm as if it were loaded. Never assume a firearm is unloaded, even if you've just checked it yourself. Complacency can be deadly. Second, keep the muzzle pointed in a safe direction at all times. This means ensuring that, even if the firearm were to discharge accidentally, the bullet would not strike anyone or anything you want to protect. Remember, bullets cannot be recalled. Third, keep your finger off the trigger until you are on target and ready to shoot. The trigger should only be touched when you have made the conscious decision to fire. Finally, be sure of your target and what lies beyond it. Never fire at a sound, a movement, or a shape you cannot clearly identify. Bullets can travel significant distances and penetrate walls, so always consider what lies beyond your intended target. These 4 fundamental safety rules, when ingrained in your mind and actions, create a safety net that protects you, those around you, and the future of responsible gun ownership. Selecting the appropriate firearm and equipment is crucial for both safety and effectiveness. The choice of firearm depends heavily on the intended purpose, whether it's self-defense, hunting, competition, or recreational shooting. Each discipline demands specific considerations, and seeking guidance from experienced individuals or reputable firearm instructors is highly recommended. For self-defense, factors like concealability, ease of use under stress, and ammunition capacity play a vital role. Hunters prioritize accuracy, stopping power appropriate for the game being pursued, and often optics for enhanced precision. Competitive shooters prioritize speed, accuracy, and features that provide a competitive edge within their chosen discipline. Regardless of the purpose, a firearm that fits your hand comfortably allows for a natural point of aim and can be manipulated safely and efficiently is essential. Beyond the firearm itself, essential equipment includes a secure storage solution like a gun safe, eye and ear protection, quality holster if carrying concealed, and a cleaning kit to maintain your firearm in optimal condition. Investing in a reputable training course tailored to your specific needs and skill level is also highly recommended. Remember, owning a firearm is just the first step. Becoming proficient and responsible requires ongoing education, training and practice.
With tensions escalating and military actions intensifying, are we witnessing the early stages of a global conflict? Welcome back to our show. We're diving deep into the recent attacks between Iran and Israel. What does this mean for global stability? And are we on the brink of World War III? In this segment, we'll explore the timeline of events leading up to these alarming developments, analyze the implications of nuclear capabilities among nations, and discuss how regional dynamics could spark a larger conflict. But first, let's start by examining the current situation. In recent weeks, Iranian forces have launched multiple attacks targeting Israeli interests. October 2024, a series of missile strikes from Iranian territory. Israeli response, airstrikes reported near Tripoli. Why is this significant? It could bring Libya into the fight. Now, let's talk about nuclear capabilities, a critical factor in these escalating tensions. Countries with nuclear weapons include Israel, although they've never confirmed, Russia, USA, North Korea, India, Pakistan. These arsenals create a precarious balance that can easily tip into chaos. Next up is Hezbollah's involvement in this volatile region. Clashes between Israeli forces and Hezbollah have escalated significantly. Ground fighting has intensified. What does this mean for regional stability? With Nasser Nasrallah's leadership vacuum following his death, who will lead Hezbollah moving forward? Since being forced out of the race, Joe Biden has basically been out of the picture. As a matter of fact, no one actually knows who is running the White House at this point. So they haven't really had a comment on the recent escalation. But what happens if military actions escalate further? Could we see broader regional warfare or even a world conflict? Considerations include economic sanctions, diplomatic negotiations, or potential military alliances forming. We've explored how rising tensions between Iran and Israel could lead us closer to a major conflict, with multiple nations holding nuclear weapons at play. The stakes have never been higher. What do you think? Are we on the brink of World War III? If you found this analysis insightful,
in a world where threats can emerge unexpectedly, understanding firearms self-defense is crucial. Tactical training with firearms equips you with essential skills, from enhancing situational awareness to mastering mental discipline. Learn to choose the right concealed carry options and practice effective drills. With Sean Armstrong's expertise, empower yourself to face danger confidently and responsibly.
did you know that devastating fires in Brazil could impact your sugar prices? Let's uncover the shocking truth. In this segment, we'll explore how recent fires in Brazil's sugarcane fields are affecting global sugar supply and prices, and what it means for manufacturers and consumers alike. From soaring costs to potential shortages, the ripple effects are immense. If you find this information valuable, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates on global market trends. Let's start by looking at the heart of this issue, the fires themselves. Between August 22nd and 24th, 2024, wildfires swept through Sao Paulo state, destroying approximately 60,000 hectares of vital crops. Over 3,480 fire spots were recorded, according to the INPE. These flames not only threaten local ecosystems, but also jeopardize a significant portion of Brazil's sugar production. Now, let's discuss how major players like Ryzen SA and São Martinho are responding to these catastrophic losses. Rising SA reported a loss of about 1.8 million tons, roughly 2% of their expected yield. They're prioritizing crushing affected cane as part of their damage control strategy. Meanwhile, São Martinho faced even harsher consequences, losing around 20,000 hectares, which translates into a projected reduction in output by about 110,000 tons. To counteract this setback, they plan to invest $12.7 million to maintain future productivity. But it doesn't stop there. The implications stretch far beyond Brazilian borders. The FAO projects a global decline in sugar production by approximately 2%, compounded by adverse weather conditions impacting countries like India and Thailand due to El Niño. In fact, India experienced its driest August in over a century, resulting in an estimated production drop of about 8%. This is alarming news for those who rely heavily on these markets. So what does all this mean for manufacturers and consumers? Rising costs are squeezing everyone. Manufacturers are facing increased production costs, leading them to raise prices on products containing sugar. Think confectionery items or baked goods. Nigeria is feeling the pinch too. With its reliance on imported raw sugar now facing soaring prices, local bakers are struggling or even closing down operations. And over in Kenya, they've doubled their imports due to declining local production, leading to significant price hikes that hits consumers hard. It's becoming increasingly difficult for families trying to manage their budgets amidst these changes. As we've seen, the devastating fires in Brazil aren't just an environmental disaster, they're reshaping our economy. From farmers losing crops right here at home to rising costs at your local grocery store, the impact is profound. What do you think about these developments? How do you feel about rising sugar prices affecting your everyday purchases? Let us know your thoughts.
Marksmanship isn't magic, it's methodical. In his book, Sean Armstrong demystifies precision shooting, drawing from his sniper expertise. He breaks down essential techniques, emphasizing practice and understanding. Learn to analyze wind speed and direction, crucial for hitting targets at long distances. Master these fundamentals and elevate your shooting skills significantly.
Did you know that a drought in Brazil could send coffee prices skyrocketing around the globe? We're diving deep into how this environmental crisis impacts us all, from your morning brew to global economies. Brazil's drought is more than just a local issue. It's a worldwide concern. In this segment, we'll explore the far-reaching effects of Brazil's severe drought on agriculture, energy production, and even our climate. But before we get started, let's kick things off by looking at agriculture. Did you know that Brazil is one of the largest agricultural producers in the world? Here are some key exports affected by the drought. Soybeans, the backbone of animal feed globally. I'm sure a drop in production of soybeans from Brazil wouldn't break Grumpy Farmer's heart. He was harvesting his beans today when he said he wouldn't be able to make it tonight. Coffee, your favorite morning pick-me-up. They're getting higher here already. Sugar, sweetening everything from desserts to beverages, but when droughts hit, crop yields plummet. This means less supply and higher prices on global markets. Now, let's zoom in on something many can relate to, coffee. As the largest coffee exporter globally, Brazil plays a crucial role in your daily caffeine fix. When coffee plants experience drought stress, their yields drop significantly. This leads not only to increased prices, but also affects specialty shops worldwide. Starbucks is about to go through the roof. Oh wait, they were expensive. But it's not just about what's on your plate or in your cups. It also affects how we power our lives. Did you know that about 60% of Brazil's energy comes from hydropower? When reservoirs run low due to prolonged droughts, energy shortages become inevitable. This forces an increased reliance on fossil fuels, leading us down a slippery slope for climate change. The impact extends beyond agriculture and energy. It reaches deep into our environment. The Amazon rainforest is often referred to as the lungs of the earth because it absorbs so much carbon dioxide. Yes, I do believe climate change exists, but I don't believe we're all going to be dead within the next 10 years. However, increasing wildfire risks due to dry conditions threaten this vital ecosystem. Deforestation linked with these fires results in rising carbon emissions, a challenge for global climate health. So how does all this affect economies around the world? When Brazilian farmers struggle due to crop failures, importing countries face shortages or increased costs. This interconnectedness means lower revenues for Brazilian exporters can ripple through economies everywhere, from food prices at your local grocery store to trade negotiations between nations. Increased costs for importing countries, local economy struggles leading to global challenges. Importance of understanding these connections as living conditions worsen due to agricultural decline and economic instability caused by these environmental issues, migration pressures increase. Excuse me. Families may leave their homes seeking better opportunities elsewhere, creating new challenges both locally and internationally. So there you have it, from rising coffee prices to increased migration pressures, all stemming from a drought halfway across the world. It's clear that what happens in Brazil doesn't stay there. It affects us all.
Am I the only one who didn't know this? Becoming a pro shooter isn't just about pulling the trigger, it's about mastering every aspect of self-defense. In tactical training with firearms, Sean Armstrong takes you beyond the basics. From choosing the perfect self-defense firearm and holster to honing your shooting skills, this book covers it all. Sean's lifelong dedication to self-defense shines through as he breaks down the essentials like ammunition selection, close quarters combat techniques, and integrating combatives into your training. But that's not all. He even dives into the nitty-gritty of today's firearm and gear options, helping you make smart purchase decisions tailored to your lifestyle. The best defense is being prepared, and with Sean Armstrong's expertise, you'll be ready to protect yourself and your loved ones in any situation. So, are you ready to transform from a sheep to a sheepdog? Grab your copy now and start your journey to becoming a proficient shooter today. Because when it comes to self-defense, knowledge is your greatest weapon.
Are you confused about the current state of abortion laws in the U.S.? Obviously, Tim Walz was confused about the laws in his own state. You're not alone. With so much information swirling around, it's hard to know what's true. Today, we're diving deep into the facts. In this segment, we'll fact-check statements made by Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and CBS regarding abortion legality across various states. We'll focus on gestational limits and recent legal changes that have shaped this contentious landscape. Before we dive in, make sure to like this channel and subscribe for more insightful content. Let's get started. First up, let's take a look at the broader landscape of abortion laws post-Roe v. Wade. States are experiencing a tug-of-war over abortion access, with some enacting strict bans while others expand protections. The Supreme Court's decision has led to a patchwork of laws across the country, creating confusion for many. Did you know? Over 1 million abortions occurred last year, marking the highest number in over a decade. Now let's break down specific gestational limits set by different states. 1. 6 weeks or earlier, 18 states. States like Florida, South Carolina, and Georgia have enacted bans starting when cardiac activity is detected. Pretty simple premise. If you're dead when your heart stops, you should be considered alive when it starts. 2. 12 to 15 weeks. 5 states. Nebraska imposes a 12-week ban. Arizona recently reinstated its 15-week ban. 3. 18 to 22 weeks. 5 states. For instance, Utah restricts abortions at 18 weeks, while Kansas and Ohio allow them until 22 weeks. That's 7.5 months, by the way. 4. 24 weeks or later. 4 states. Some progressive states permit abortions up until viability. This varies widely. From a Minnesota government website. Is abortion legal in Minnesota? Yes, abortion is legal in Minnesota. There is no limit on abortion in Minnesota based on how far along in pregnancy you are. To figure out how far along you are in pregnancy, count from the first day of your last period. So you can get an abortion in Minnesota up to 9 months.
You're free to disagree with me on this and explain this to me, but as I read the Minnesota law that you signed into law, the statute that you signed into law, it says that a doctor who presides over an abortion where the baby survives, the doctor is under no obligation to provide life-saving care to a baby who survives a botched late-term abortion. That is, I think, whether you're pro-choice or pro-abortion, that is fundamentally barbaric. And that's why I use that word, Nora, is because some of what we've seen, do you want to force Catholic hospitals to perform abortions against their will? Because Kamala Harris has supported suing Catholic nuns to violate their freedom of conscience. We can be a big and diverse country where we respect people's freedom of conscience and make the country more pro-baby and pro-family. But please.
Yes, Governor, please respond.
Look, this is one where there's always something there. This is a very simple proposition. These are women's decisions to make about their healthcare decisions, and the physicians who know best when they need to do this. Trying to distort the way a law is written to try and make a point, that's not it at all.
What was I wrong about, Governor? Please tell me, what was I wrong about?
That is not the way the law is written. Look, I've given this advice on a lot of things, that getting involved, that's been misread, and it was fact-checked at the last debate. But the point on this is there's a continuation of these guys to try and tell women or to get involved. I use this line on this, just mind your own business on this. Things worked best when Roe versus Wade was in place. When we do a restoration of Roe, that works best. That doesn't preclude us from increasing funding for children. It doesn't increase us from making sure that once that child's born, like in Minnesota, they get meals, they get early childhood education, they get health care. So the hiding behind we're going to do all these other things when you're not proposing them in your budget, Kamala Harris is proposing them. She's proposing all those things to make life easier.
So Tim Walz was lying again. Just for informational sake, 3 babies were born alive from botched abortions because they allowed them out to 9 months, and they were set aside and allowed to die. Where I come from, we have a name for that. It's called murder. But also, what did his budget babbling have to do with abortion? Can any of you tell me? What about exceptions with these laws? This is where things can get complicated. Most restrictive laws still allow exceptions for health risks or life-threatening situations. However, definitions are often narrow. This can create barriers for those seeking care. As we've said many times on this podcast, we will give you the 1.5% of abortions for health of the mother, rape, and incest. If you could just stop using abortion as a form of birth control, especially up to 9 months. As we look ahead, there are significant developments on the horizon that could impact abortion rights. Florida is gearing up for potential changes this November related to ballot measures concerning abortion rights. These upcoming decisions could reshape access dramatically. So yet, there you have it, a comprehensive overview of current abortion laws as they stand today. It's clear that understanding these regulations is crucial as they continue evolving. What do you think about these developments? How do you feel about your state's stance on abortion? Let us know your thoughts.
I don't think people understand just how thrilling long-range shooting can be. Let's unlock the secrets together. Mastering long-range shooting isn't just about pulling the trigger. It's about understanding the math, the science, and the mindset behind every shot. From bullet drop to wind drift and the intricacies of ballistics, each factor plays a crucial role. Sean Armstrong, a former U.S. Army sniper, shares decades of experience in his book, making complex concepts easy to grasp. You'll learn about muzzle velocity, bullet trajectory, and choosing the right optics. But knowledge alone isn't enough. Mastering fundamentals like breathing techniques, trigger control, and body positioning are key. Combine this understanding with dedicated practice, and you'll see your accuracy soar. So grab your gear, head to the range, and start unlocking your potential. Long-range shooting isn't just a skill, it's an adventure. Ready to take the shot?
The cost of illegal immigration to taxpayers. Did you know that illegal immigration is costing American taxpayers billions per year? What if I told you that this issue is more complex than just numbers and statistics? In this segment, we're going to diving deep into the financial implications of illegal immigration on our society, specifically how it impacts your wallet. Since January 2021, approximately 2.7 million inadmissible aliens have been released into the U.S., and an estimated 12.8 million illegal immigrants now reside here. This unprecedented surge is raising eyebrows across America. Over 1.5 million individuals have entered illegally without being apprehended. The current influx has strained resources in cities nationwide, but what does it mean for taxpayers? Let's break it down. Legal immigrants are at a net fiscal drain, receiving more in government services than they contribute in taxes. About 59% of households headed by illegal immigrants utilize welfare programs compared to only 39% for U.S.-born households. The cost doesn't stop there. With around 4 million children from illegal immigrant families enrolled in public schools, the financial burden grows. Estimated annual cost to educate these children, is that what we're calling Marxist indoctrination now? Anyway, a staggering $68 billion. Most of these kids are U.S.-born citizens who required educational support. And let's not forget health care. Did you know that nearly 1/5 of all uninsured individuals in the U.S. are illegal immigrants? They account for significant costs associated with emergency medical services, estimated at around $7 billion annually. While it's true that illegal immigrants contribute some taxes, about $25 billion annually, their contributions fall short when stacked against their usage of public services. Each illegal immigrant creates an estimated lifetime net fiscal drain of about $68,000. This isn't just about dollars and cents, it's about the broader impact on American communities and legal residents struggling to make ends meet. Increased demand for social services can lead to higher taxes or reduced funding for essential programs like education and public safety. Now, let's hear from you. What do you think about these findings? Are there solutions that can balance compassion with fiscal responsibility? Share your thoughts below. Illegal immigration poses significant financial challenges to taxpayers. The combination of low average education levels among many undocumented workers contributes to their reliance on welfare. While they do pay some taxes, it doesn't come close to covering the costs incurred by public services. Your voice matters. Let's keep this conversation going.
This is going to blow your mind today. Ever wonder what it takes to master long-range shooting? Whether you're a rookie or a seasoned marksman, long-range shooting is an art and a science. Sean Armstrong's book, The Magic of Long-Range Shooting, Zen or Science, is your ticket to mastering it all. Learn how to pick the perfect rifle for any condition, understand the magic behind the ammo, and discover the secrets to steady firing positions. Want to know how to read the wind or zero your scope like a pro? This book's got you covered. Compete, hunt, or just hit those insane shots you've always dreamed of with confidence. Armstrong breaks down everything from making your dope data sheet to computing lead and the formulas for precision. Say goodbye to guesswork and hello to accuracy. Unlock the secrets of long-range shooting today and transform every shot into a masterpiece. Grab your copy now and shoot with confidence.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met.
I want to say thank you. Thank you, Vice President Cameltoe here. $750. That is very generous of you. I mean, people's houses are floating down the middle of the road, and people can't find their children or their parents, and their lives have been completely devastated. But $750, the American people will figure it out with that kind of money. We could buy a 2x4 and some fucking bubble gum. But here's my question. How much money are you giving to the illegals who are flooding our country every day? That's it. I'll wait.
What if I told you that the devastation caused by Hurricane Helene could cost upwards of $34 billion? That's right, this storm has left a trail of destruction across the southeastern United States, and the financial implications are staggering. But who will ultimately fit this massive bill? Welcome back to the show. Today we're diving deep into the economic impact of Hurricane Helene and exploring who might be responsible for covering this monumental cost. Spoiler alert, it's not just going to be the insurance companies. According to Moody's Analytics, initial estimates suggest property damage between $15 billion and $26 billion. Economic slowdown estimated losses between $5 billion and $8 billion. With more than 200 lives lost and countless homes destroyed, these numbers may only scratch the surface as assessments continue. Many affected areas have an eroded private insurance landscape. Only about 6% of U.S. homeowners have flood insurance, despite flooding being involved in 90% of natural disasters. This is a huge issue because most damage from Helene is attributed to storm surges and river flooding, areas where standard property insurance falls short. With Congress currently on recess until November 12th, there's growing pressure for them to return early. President Biden mentioned he may have to request that Congress cut their break short. But can they really be back in time? As lawmakers weigh their options, FEMA has already received a much-needed cash infusion, but it might not be enough. Experts warn that Helene could send another monkey wrench into an already strained insurance market. So what does this mean for homeowners moving forward? Will they be able to afford coverage after such catastrophic events? Despite the chaos, communities are coming together. Federal Reserve Chair Jeremy Powell emphasized ensuring banks have enough cash flow during power outages. As we face these unprecedented challenges brought by Hurricane Helene, it's clear that recovery will require collaboration between federal agencies, state governments, private insurers, and most importantly, the communities themselves. Now it's your turn. How do you think we should address these mounting costs? Should Congress return early from recess? Let us know your thoughts. If you found this informative or thought-provoking, don't forget to like and share it with your friends, and make sure you subscribe for more updates.
Paper targets won't fight back. Are you prepared for the real thing? You bought a gun, or maybe it was issued to you. You've hit the range and put holes in paper targets. But now what? Those paper targets aren't coming for you in a dark alley. They won't break into your home at 3 a.m. That's where tactical training with firearms comes in. This book takes you beyond the basics, beyond paper targets. It teaches you how to defend yourself in real-world situations, from safety and negotiation to stealth and speed. You'll learn Cooper's color code system of mental awareness and how to handle multiple attackers, how to shoot in low light conditions and perform force-on-force simulation training safely. Remember, a firearm is just a tool. In a crisis, you'll fall back on the lowest level of training you've received. Make sure that level is high. This book is just $15. Compare that to the baseline funeral cost of $2,000. Which would you rather pay for? Upgrade your training, upgrade your survivability, get the book, stay alive.
Democrats are trying to amend the First Amendment. Is our most cherished freedom under threat? What if I told you that some politicians are actively working to change the very fabric of our First Amendment rights? Today, we're diving into the heated debate surrounding Democrats' efforts to regulate political speech. Buckle up, because this is a conversation you won't want to miss. In June 2013, Senator Tom Udall introduced a proposed constitutional amendment that could fundamentally alter how we express ourselves politically. This amendment sought to give Congress sweeping powers over the raising and spending of money related to federal elections. This key point, this language has no limits. Impact. It means even small contributions, like buying a yard sign or sharing an opinion online, could be regulated or banned. Remarkably, this isn't just one rogue senator's idea. A staggering 42 Democrats have rallied behind this effort. But why are they truly concerned about campaign finance reform? Or is there something more insidious at play? The ACLU has voiced strong opposition. The amendment would severely limit the First Amendment and lead directly to government censorship. Enter Erwin Chemerinsky, a respected legal scholar who recently labeled critics like myself as liars. But here's where it gets interesting. He misquoted the language from a substitute amendment by Senator Dick Durbin. Durbin's version did add some limitations, but still left room for significant control over free speech. So what does all this mean for you? If Congress can dictate what constitutes reasonable political expression, you might find your voice stifled. Nonprofits like the ACLU could face restrictions on their ability to advocate for causes. The stakes couldn't be higher. We must protect our right to speak freely without fear of government interference. So what can you do? 1. Stay informed about these amendments. 2. Engage in discussions. Comment below with your thoughts. 3. Share this video so others understand what's at risk. If you found value in this discussion, please hit that like button. Subscribe for more insights into our democracy and ring that bell so you never miss an update. Let's keep this conversation going. What are your thoughts on regulating political speech? Drop your comments below. So that's our podcast for this week. I hope it was informative. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope it helps you make more informed decisions. I believe I said this earlier in the podcast. Stay curious. Always remember, when they're showing you one hand out in the open, always think of what the other hand is doing. So I hope to see you all next week. Leave some comments in the comment section about things you may want to discuss next week. Have a good week. Don't work too hard. Dance naked and drink as many beers as you want. Life is too short.
Fire, cables melt. Desperate words, the truth they spell. Dust of lies in your face, rip apart this broken place. Microphones and bitter nights, we turn the dark into